Yes, sir.
I know. Buccaneers?
Ish. Do
Buccaneers?
we have to start there?
Nah, we have to start there. What's happening? I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to What's Hot on the Streets. You know the vibes. It's your boy, Aaron, and I've got Mdu.
You know the vibes.
Buccaneers, number one supporter. Hey!
I'm not sure about number one supporter. Hey,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Not sure about
Yes,
number one
sir.
supporter.
Yes, sir. So let's start the conversation. I mean, we talk about what's hot on the streets. What are people talking about? If you love local football, you know what happened. Ish, my boy. Buccaneers, we thought it's an easy result. I mean, Marumo Gallants, it won't really be a tough task. The season is just starting. Hey, after Skukuni, remember what Skukuni did? Hi? Yafi Marumo Gallants. Yati what? 2-1.
Yeah, so it's 2 out of 2 now. Huh? We lost
2 out of 2 losses.
Yeah, we lost 2 in 2.
Let's say that 2 out of 2 losses, my boy.
Look, it's a very disappointing result.
Hey, umuzange tone. It's a very disappointing result.
A very disappointing result, you know. Given the fact that a lot of us were excited to see Orlando Pirates in this new season, right?
Sure.
New players that actually play well, players that, if you ask me, I believe we're going to make a change.
Sure.
Right? This is not to discredit the squad that Jose Rivero had built in the past 3 seasons, but I was really looking forward to seeing these new guys. However, I think the coach implemented the changes to Jose Rivero's team too soon.
Okay.
You know, I'll use Arne Slot as an example. The guy who won Liverpool the EPL.
This is a
last
confession.
season,
He's a Liverpool supporter, I suppose. Are
right?
you?
No.
Yeah.
Right. So what Arne Slot did, he inherited a good team.
Sure.
From Jurgen Klopp. All he did was copy and paste or cut and paste, right? He implemented a few changes to the lineup, and he didn't implement those changes effective immediately.
Yes, sir.
Right? He waited, like he studied the team, which means that even before he took the job as Liverpool manager, he was watching Liverpool play. He understands the team's philosophy and the team's style of play. Here comes Owadu now, right? Good coach, apparently, right? I mean, I say apparently because I haven't really followed him that much. He comes in, he inherits a good team, a team that contended for the league last season, finished number 2 in the league, won the MTN 8, made it to the final of the Nedbank Cup, made it to the semi-finals of the CAF Champions League, which means that's a strong team. A team that Jose Rivero built. And as he built that team, he encountered a lot of challenges because then he couldn't play Saleng, Sesani was injured, Olisanda was injured. Most of his key players, Bo Miguel team and those guys got injured. Bozakele Lipasa, players that he played a lot got injured. And then he had to make changes. Right? Introduced Bomfukeng, Bogazi, and them, and the guys played well.
The youngsters,
so now this guy then inherits this team. The first thing he does, boom, changes the squad.
Yep.
Now the team has to what? Now they have to find a new way of playing. The players need to gel. The players need to understand each other. And he's doing that like at one go. That's not how you do. That's not what you do as a coach. If we copy everything that they're doing in England, we might as well also apply some of their tactical decisions to what we do. Because personally, Radio Pane has never been a starter for Orlando Pirates. Why is he starting now?
Fact.
Sipho Mbule is one of the best players in the country, but he wasn't getting enough game time when he was with Skukuni United. Why would he just come in and then boom, own that position? You know? So when you implement your changes, you implement them slowly but surely. You study Orlando Pirates and okay, cool. Last season, this is where they struggled. So this is the only place that I'm going to change for now. You know? Because most of the guys that he's playing, Mashilo and
Weak.
like... Yeah, he's washed. He's washed.
Yeah.
Mashilwane shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
Sibelebele, I don't know what he's doing, bro. I don't know what Sibelebele, I don't know what he's doing. I
Why
don't know,
did they even
like,
sign him?
Muremi, I don't know what those guys are doing. And this guy has players who play better than the players that he's been playing.
Yeah.
You know? So I think for me, he's going to struggle.
Yeah.
And I'd like to suggest to Amapaganea that no, can we prepare ourselves for a challenging season? Not a bad season,
Yes.
but for a challenging season. It's not going to be last season. It's not going to be like last season where we win 7 games in a row. A lot of teams have now studied us and they've seen where we lack. Number 1, defense. There's a hole there now in defense, right? And then you go up front. I don't even want to talk about it. Our finishing is poor.
So let's dissect this piece by piece, because there's a lot to dissect, right? And a lot of people have opinions. Let's start off with the coach, right? Is this the coach that will challenge for the title, right? The PSL title, and also keeping in mind that this coach has to be a contender given the standard that Rivero has set on the African continent. Is he the right man for the job? Because we've now seen 3 games, MTN 8 quarterfinal, and we've seen 2 league matches. Is Owadu a solid coach for Pirates given the 3 matches that we've seen?
So can I start here?
Sure.
The problem with, and we spoke about this off air, the problem with a team like Pirates, Chiefs, Stellenbosch, their main focus is to challenge Mamelodi Sundowns and not to challenge the other teams in the league, forgetting that there's 15 more teams in the league. Right? So it's Orlando Pirates and there's 15 more teams in the league. It's Kaizer Chiefs, there's 15 more teams in the league. You let's say you play against Mamelodi Sundowns. You win home and away, you get 6 points. What about a Stellenbosch? What about a Marumo Gallants? What about an Orbit College? What about a Polokwane City? What about a Siwelele FC? Right? Are you strong enough to win against those teams too? Luckily, Khwati said it on this chair. He said that when they won the league, they lost twice to Kaizer Chiefs, but they won the league. Chiefs was the least of their worries that season. They wanted to win against every other team. They didn't care that much about Chiefs. Yes, it's nice to win the derby, but hey, we want the league more.
Sure.
You know? And then coming back to your question, I mean, I think Homeboy is a good coach. He knows how to spot talent. And I like the fact that he believes in young players, right? I just think whoever appointed him was not fair on him. They appointed.
Was the expectation too great?
The expectation was too great. They appointed him, and you saw the standard that Jose had set. Then now he comes, and he needs to take that further. Is it fair on him? It's not fair on him because he's never coached a team like Orlando Pirates. He's played against the Pirates, but he's never coached it.
Yeah.
Playing against Pirates and coaching them are 2 different things. So what I think whoever appointed him should have done was go look for a coach that's won the league. Was go look for a coach that's competed in the CAF Champions League. Was go employ a coach that's played against other teams in the Betway Premiership. He's played against them, sharp. But a coach that's played against other teams in the Betway Premiership in the hot seat, like a Rulani Mokwena, he's been in the hot seat.
Yeah.
Pitso Musimane, he's been in the hot seat, you know. And although we judge him and criticize him a lot, Steve Komphela has been in the hot seat. Manqoba Mngqithi has been in the hot seat. You know, these are guys that understand and they know what it's like to feel pressure at that level. This guy, he's never coached a team like Pirates.
So we spoke about it when he was announced, right? And all of us were shocked. All of us were expecting Rulani, right? You've seen him now in 3 games. Rulani is out at Algeria, right? Should Rulani have received this position? Would you be happier if it was Rulani? Or, to be devil's advocate, are we judging Owadu too soon? Because now everyone is upset and we're angry and we're like, nah, this guy's making the wrong decisions. Are we judging Owadu too soon?
We're not judging him as a coach.
Sure.
We are judging his tactical decisions, right? Personally, you get it right tactically as a coach, you're bound to win. You get it wrong, you're bound to lose. He's proven to us that he's struggling tactically. He's never had to deal with a squad that big. He's never had to deal with that much depth. So a coach like Rulani has dealt with depth before.
Yeah.
We've seen what he's done at Mamelodi Sundowns, right? And we saw how far he took Mamelodi Sundowns. If he had went with Mamelodi Sundowns to the Club World Cup, would have had a different conversation. So now we've seen what Pitso Mosimane has done. Right? We've seen what a Gavin Hunt has done.
Yeah.
Gavin Hunt has went and won the league with Bidvest Wits. He's won the league with SuperSport United. He understands that pressure. He's been there before. If you're going to inherit a team like, or you're going to coach a team like Orlando Pirates, you need to understand the pressure. Yes, one might argue that, yeah, but we didn't know where Jose came from. Right? Maybe he's
called him a plumber when he started.
Maybe he's one in a million.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he's one in a million. Nasreddin Nabi is doing the exact same thing at Kaizer Chiefs. He doesn't understand the pressure of coaching a team like Chiefs. He doesn't know exactly what to do when you coach a team like Kaizer Chiefs. That's not a team from Tunisia, bro. That's one of the biggest teams in Africa. We're talking about a team with a massive following. So I don't think we're judging him too soon. And we're not judging him at all. And we're not taking away from the fact that he's a good coach. He coached Maruma Gallants and won against Orlando Pirates. What we're saying is that we are challenging his tactical decisions. Why fix it if it's not broken? Enhance it. Don't fix it, enhance it. If if this table is dead,
Welcome to onto the show.
you know, you wipe it, right? You wipe it. And then if the table is clean, whenever you come in, you're like, no, let me just remove that bottle. Other than
Because
that,
the table is already clean.
Yes, the table is already clean. Let me just remove that bottle. All he had to do was come in and say, no, this is where Orlando Pirates has been lacking. That's why I'm saying that I don't think he was watching Orlando Pirates last season.
Let's continue to watch Owadu. Maybe we jumping the gun here. But you spoke about his tactical decisions, right? I want to start up front. We'll go to defense, right? We had this conversation, and I mentioned the name before on the show. Radio Pane, the radio man, as they call him. A youngster who's doing well. I mean, came in last season, played a few matches. Sharp. My question with Radio Pane is that a solid number 9 that can guarantee goals for Orlando Pirates? Is he the man that we can say, we are giving you the ball in the box and you can score? Are you happy with his performance? Is he, for example, an Ikram Reines that can deliver?
No ways. No,
all the time. Because
no.
when you look at a club as big as Orlando Pirates,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to the number 9 jersey, we need someone that's a lethal striker.
But we have a lethal striker, and they're not playing him. Mabasa. We have a lethal striker. You know, bro, I think in sports, it's always important that you have a senior player grooming a junior player.
Yeah.
Start Mabasa.
Yeah.
Let Mabasa play. Radio Pane sits in the bench, watches him play. Radio Pane comes in 70th minute. Then you take off Mabasa, which means that you are indirectly handing over the baton to this young man. This young man will see Mabasa play. When he comes on as a sub, towards the end of the match, he gets to feel what it's like to play at that stage.
Sure.
Right? Then he's going to start understanding that, okay, cool, when I play, this is what I need to do and this is how I need to play. And this is not to discredit what the boy has done or how he plays. But honestly, I just don't think he's the kind of number 9 that an Orlando Pirates needs right now.
Why would Owadu play him in the number 9 jersey? Is that
Because
another
Owadu-
technical mistake?
Because Owadu believes in young players. He's proven that. Mabasa's not so young. He's proving to us that he believes in young players.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to use Liverpool as an example again. Right?
Yeah, we're
Mo
Liverpool
Salah,
supporters.
Mo Salah's old, bro.
Yeah.
But they're still playing him. Because
Yes.
they understand that, no, he has more experience and he knows what it's like to win a league. Has Radio Pane ever won a league?
Nope.
Does he know what it's like to win a league? How many trophies has Mabasa won Orlando Pirates? How many goals has he scored for Orlando Pirates? He's about to break Vilaga's record. Are they even denying him that opportunity maybe, right? Play that guy. He's proven that I can score goals.
Yeah.
And he's proven that at the right time, put me in the right time at the right place. I'm that guy.
I can deliver.
I can deliver, you know? So I just think Owadu doesn't like Mabasa. I mean, I'm starting to think he doesn't like him. We saw even how he was playing him during the preseason. Now, 3 games into the season, MTN 8, 2 league games, and you saw in those 3 games, please tell me, what has the striker done?
Very little. That's
A
why
striker.
I was questioning.
A striker created a goal for a wing. Do you think when Erling Haaland would create a goal for a wing?
No.
When he's the one that scores the goals, bro. Why is he
Exactly.
creating goals?
Also, that's your job when you're wearing the number 9 jersey, bro. That's what you must do.
Like, why is he the one creating the goals? Why isn't he the one scoring the goals?
Fact.
You know what I mean? So this season, none of our strikers have scored. I don't want to talk about Yanela Mbutuma. He's just washed.
Let's go to the wing, right? So in previous matches, we saw the combination now between Rile as well as Oswin, right? They were rotating. We know that Rile plays on the left, right? So the assumption is that Oswin will then play on the right wing, right? This game, Moremi comes in. Rile's on the bench. So even when I saw the squad being announced, I'm like, why is Rile on the bench? And who is Moremi, my boy?
So
and did
now-
you even see him in the game last night?
And you know what the excuse is?
Yeah.
No, we are saving some of our players for the Sundown games. Goes back to my point. Why is Sundowns the only team that we're focused on?
But also, Sundowns actually played their star players last night.
Sundowns probably doesn't even care about us.
Exactly.
They just wanted to win last night.
They wanted
That's why
3
they
points.
played most of their key players, because Bona, they know that, no, we want this league.
Yeah.
When we win this league, it means we go back to Africa again next season.
Yes, sir.
Then we can try compete for the CAF Champions League, which means that we still have another chance for the other FIFA Club World Cup, right? So Orlando Pirates are more worried about Sundowns. Yet here's this opposition. These guys are hungry. These guys have a point to make. This Marumo Gallants guy, the coach, the new coach, comes from Ivory Coast. He had just won a league there. He's coming to SA now. He's here to make a name for himself. When he sees Orlando Pirates, he's like, I'm going all out. You guys are benching your key players, sharp, bench them. But you bench your key players, you lose this match. By the time you go to the Sundowns game, your players are demotivated.
Yep.
They demotivated, and Sundowns has just won, which then means that we're intimidated by them. Now we're like, okay, what happens now? You know? So for me, Relay and Ozonapolis, yeah, there's potential to have a nice combination there, but it's going to be difficult because they both know how to play from the left cutting into the right, not from the right cutting into the left. You saw even when Ozonapolis scored his goal against Polokwane City, he was on the left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now it's going to be a bit difficult. So this is where now, Gary, why is tactical decisions coming?
Oh, I do. This is where you come in.
Right? I would start Relay and Ozone come on as a sub. For me, that's how I would start it.
And
Relay's
also,
played for Orlando Pirates longer than Ozone. He understands the club longer than Ozone. He knows what it's like to win an MTN 8. Ozonapolis doesn't. Relay knows. Right? So I would start a Relay, and then Ozonapolis comes on as a sub. I'd keep Ozonapolis on the right. And as a coach, I would take it upon myself to teach him to play more on the right and keep Relay that side because I need them both, unfortunately. You're right? They both good on the ball. They both know how to score. They both know how to take runs. I would just say that, gents, Relay, you're on the left. Ozone, you're on the right. Please, can we teach you how to take runs on the right? Can you stay?
Yeah.
Rather, maybe like every 10 minutes, you guys can swap. Relay and learn how to play on the right, which then means that you're now becoming a versatile winger. Should, for whatever reason, you go overseas, when you get there and there's no position on the left, you know that our coach, I can also play on the right. This now makes you a complete wing. Yeah. We've seen it before, bro. We've seen it a couple of times where a guy knows how to play on the right and how to play on the left. You know? So this is where also development comes in. If you're well developed, we play you. If you're a wing and you're well developed, we play you on the left, you can play. We play you on the right, you can play.
Deliver.
You know what to do. So this is where development comes in. And this also is proof that we don't have good development in SA.
Talking about development, we have to talk about a youngster who I believe won't stay long in South Africa. Mbogaz, the man who wore the captain's armband for Orlando Pirates yesterday. All of us were like a little bit surprised. Where's CBC? But okay, that's a story for a different day.
Yeah.
Your analysis of his performance, because to me, Mbogaz is absolutely brilliant. Number one, the physique to me is like a rugby player. He can bully players just from his physique, right?
Yeah.
And the way that he plays. That first goal, just the vision for him to pass that ball to Hotto in that way was brilliant.
Yeah.
But, and this is where I want you to just give me your analysis. The fact that he's such an aggressive player and moves up the pitch, doesn't that leave a hole in the defensive structure for Orlando Pirates? Because we know that he plays well when he's attacking. But shouldn't he sit back a little bit?
Number one, I want to give credit to the boy for his confidence. Like he's very, very confident, and he's good on the ball, you know. Nowadays, it's kind of sort of rare to find a center back that knows how to play. You know, a lot of them is just received and sent up front. You ask me, I think he's always in position, but because now there isn't much creativity up front, he's then forced. He takes it upon himself to say, if you guys are not going to score the goals, let me die for the team. I'm going to score the goals, which then now puts him in a position where he's caught out of position most of the time. Then the opposition can quickly penetrate through that and then score goals, right? I think he would play well with Oli Sanda. And I say this because Oli Sanda is more experienced in that position. Oli Sanda would understand him better. Oli Sanda would stick for him and that, okay, you can push and then I'll stick for you and I'll cover back. And you see, this is what Maketleni Makaula used to do. Whenever Mbogaz would push up front, Maketleni Makaula can come back and cover space for him because he's also good at intercepting and making tackles, right? So now, sure, you can blame Mbogaz, but what more can he do? The players up front are not doing anything, and he wants to win. He lost the opening match of the league. He wants to win. He's captain. He's their leader. Yeah. He's trying to prove a point. He's trying to show us, the supporters, more than the coach, that I deserve this armband. I earned it. Like, give it to me.
Yeah.
Right? I don't fault him that much. Yes, there were moments where he was caught out of position, but I like his cover back also. He knows how to come back and cover back. And I like the fact that he knows how to also mark spaces, which makes him special. There was a point where Marumo Gallants took a shot. That was almost a goal. And then he used his body to block that. That's what a defender does. He used his body, and most of the time, he's hardly caught out of position. Yes, there are moments there when you was like, only like a smart striker can be like, okay, coach, this guy likes to push up front. Nale mistake more. Because when I stick, Siema is not that strong.
Yeah.
Siema's not confident yet. This is like his first match. Waban, that position belongs to CBC, Olisanda, or Sisani. Waban? So Yena, he's just there trying to make a name for himself. And usually, when you're playing for a team like an Orlando Pirates at a big stage like that, and you're trying to make a name for yourself, usually you're nervous. Then you start making a lot of mistakes.
Anyone would be nervous.
Which is what it's happening with that guy on the right back, Mashilwane, but we'll talk about him shortly. So a good striker would spot that. Ibile, a good coach, again, tactics, bro. Studying your opposition. You're like, look at me, Pegala Antonayam, Stika Lapaya. Mbogazi is going to go up front. The moment his players don't score, it's as if he gets annoyed. He's going to go up front, and then he's going to try to be the guy that scores the goal for them. The moment he goes up front, when I take a run, goalkeeper, boom, send it there.
Yeah.
This CMA guy is nervous. Take him on, go score the goal. Sipo Chain is a very good goalkeeper, but he doesn't know how to cover space like a goalkeeper.
Yes.
So it's easy to hit him on the sides. Look at how most of his goals, they're coming on the sides. But if it's coming straight to him, it's easy for him to hold. Mara, on the side, he can't really dive. Ayapezulu. Idumele Nkune was special. He's I think he's the only goalkeeper that I've seen do that in SA football. Babo. So I just think that I don't fault Mbogazi too much. He's bound to do that when the team is not performing and they're not playing well and they're not playing to their best. And both Tito, sometimes they're just there for the sake of being there. And I've said this before, and I know a lot of people, you see, if you don't know football, you're going to think I'm talking shit.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, Ukulumama Simba. Tito has been hyped too much. For me, from the moment he came to Pirates, I said he's not a Pirates material. And now a lot of people, like I've seen, like even how people legends, Tito, bro, that guy can't play. That guy can't play. Like, if you want to prove that I can't play, he can't play. Please watch the 1-2 Zahai, a basic 1-2, and see how he uses his body. A player that was well developed, doesn't pass the ball like that. A player that was well developed doesn't take the runs that he takes. A player that was well developed doesn't showboat like he does. He showboats even when he doesn't have to. And he makes it difficult for Mbuli and Nduli to play because he's always on the ball and he's always moving towards them. Yeah. And then they're trying to compare him to a Tembazwani. That's disrespect, bro. You know, like it becomes frustrating sometimes because supporters are too emotional. And once supporters love a player, they don't see faults in a player. Tito has been off form for a very long time now. I think it's time that we all admit that he has to be benched. Play at Lamini, maybe.
Yeah.
Like he has to be benched. If he plays... I hate saying this.
Say what you want to say, brother.
But please, look at the number of times that Orlando Pirates have lost. Tito was playing. And look at the number of times that Orlando Pirates played well and won. He's never there. Last time we played Cape Town City last season, he got injured. We scored 2 goals and won. We were a goal behind. He got injured and they took him up. We scored 2 goals and won.
So he's the problem.
I'm not saying that he's the problem. What I'm saying is they shouldn't be playing him as often as they're playing him. He plays well against these smaller oppositions, but put him on the test. Come on, he doesn't deliver, bro.
You touched on Siponduli there. Sihlendule, pardon me. Is that his position? Has he owned that position? Is that where he belongs? Because to me, he's played quite well in the last few matches.
Bro, it's been a minute since I've seen anyone play midfield like that.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Like, unfortunately, I didn't get to see much of his games at Stellenbosch. But from the first time I saw him at Orlando Pirates, I was like, that's our number 6 right there. He knows how to play. He's a box-to-box player. Our great Babu Mtet was even giving him the nickname box-to-box. Like, he knows how to read the game, how he passes, how he spaces, how he owns that midfield, you know? And I know a lot of people are like, Sipombule, he knows how to take on players. That guy doesn't have skill. For me, he reminds me of a Sergio Busquets, like just how he sticks to that midfield. Did you see when Relebohile Mfukeng came on, how he pinpointed Relebohile Mfukeng, locking past then Mfukeng, laid it back, and then Mahopa just couldn't finish. Unfortunately, came onto his weak foot. He reads the game. You know, he plays well. Of all the new signings so far, he's my standout. Orlando Pirates hasn't had a midfield like that.
Mbuli.
Mbuli is yet to prove himself. And give him time, bro. I'm not saying that...
You still back him.
Come on, bro. Just give him time. So Usihle Ndule is the kind of player that when we go to trials, by 2, 3, 4 touches, the coach will call him and like, what's your name? And sign him. And then he knows that he has that position. Look at how he came to... He's already won the hearts of the fans. We haven't had the last time I saw a player play midfield like that for Orlando Pirates was Opa Manyisa. He plays with so much confidence. And, bro, pass him, he collects the ball even when he's at a tight space. He plays it back and then moves that side. That's what a midfield does, bro.
Yeah.
You pass it back, you move. You pass, you move. You pass, you move. If you're in a tight spot, the ball comes to you. One touch, you move. He makes it easy for the defenders to play. He might not be so strong in like tackles and intercepting, but you need a player like that. You need a player like that. The one thing I give to Coach Owadu is playing Sihle Nduli.
That's the only positive for Coach Owadu so far. Huh?
Well, I mean, he's had a few things. There's other things that he gets right. But to be quite honest with you, if you've studied the game, if you understand the game, I'm not talking about people that watch few clips on social media and then we say player's good. Sihle Nduli, they say like uyalazi, bro. You know, and I'm gonna revert to Vanek a bit because sometimes when you talk about the local game, it doesn't make sense when you're always in this English thing, you know. Like umchitu solid. Uyeza. You know, in the streets, that's what we say. It's uyeza. Even so, dribbling is pushing the ball.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, we're not talking about showboating and skills, bro. How he pushes the ball, how he lifts his head and spots around and passes the ball, how he can hold on to the ball, and if no one's taking the runs, he can turn back, pass, and then space and call for it again. When he receives it, he turns, passes, and then spaces again. We going in attack, he's there. Defense, he's there. Like, I can't fault him at this point. I just have to admit on this here platform that he's my favorite player right now. I haven't had a favorite player in the PSL for a very long time. I think he's my favorite player. Like, he's solid. Play him with this Nemtajela kid. Oh, bro. Play him with this Nemtajela guy. And then, like, play him with this Nemtajela guy and see what that Nemtajela kid can do for you.
Yeah.
Very creative guy. He knows. There are some guys that can play and there are guys that know how to play. Botito can play. Sihle Nduli knows how to play. Nemtajela knows how to play. Relebogile Mfokeng knows how to play. Ozwin Apollos knows how to play. That's where the difference is. Bokamu Sibelebele can play.
Yeah.
Orlando Pirates doesn't need players that can play. It needs players that know how to play. Kaizer Chiefs doesn't need players that can play. It needs players that know how to play. Man United doesn't need players that can play like Garnacho. You need players that know how to play. Bruno Fernandes knows how to play.
Fact.
He doesn't have to try too hard. He knows how to play, you know. But yeah, bro, it is what it is. Orlando Pirates have lost 2 matches consecutively. It's still early in the season, to be quite honest.
It is.
I think this guy is going to learn from his mistakes. And the Orlando Pirates technical team, I think they're going to sit him down and say that, Coach, we've tried your way. I think
this is how we should
approach it. Pela, the coach doesn't make the decisions alone. That's why he has a bench. That's why he has an assistant coach, technical team. They just need to come together and say, look, coach, right now we can't play with emotions. It's not about who you like. It's about who knows how to play for the team.
Fact.
It's not about who you think, it's not about who you think can play. It's about who knows how to play. Mamelodi Sundowns has a very big squad.
Massive.
But they only play players that know how to play. They have a lot of players that can play, but they only play players that know how to play.
Fact. So, Orlando Pirates supporters, right? Buccaneers, right? Should Orlando Pirates be worried about this weekend? MTN 8, semi-final, first leg at the Orlando Stadium. Given what we've seen in the last 3 matches, right?
Yeah.
Should Orlando Pirates be worried?
Playing against a team that's wounded in a cup is never easy. They are trying to make up for the losses in the league. I say Mamelodi Sundowns should be worried because now Orlando Pirates, they've heard us. I can assure you, the coach, they've heard us supporters saying that no, this guy is playing the wrong players in the wrong positions. Play so and so. I think this weekend we could see a different Orlando Pirates because it's a cup game. Playing against, again, Kaizer Chiefs were wounded last season, but they went as far as winning the Nedbank Cup.
And Orlando Pirates have become cup specialists to a certain extent.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kaizer Chiefs just wanted to prove a point that, no, guys, it's been 10 years without a trophy. Let's go all out. And they won it.
They did.
They beat Mamelodi Sundowns when everyone was saying that no, Sundowns is going to beat them.
Well, we know how they won, but okay.
Yeah, but a win is a win. A win is a win, you know? But also, so what I'm saying is that this Saturday's game is unpredictable. Mamelodi Sundowns themselves have been exposed.
They have.
They've been exposed themselves. So if I was the Orlando Pirates coach, I was going to say to my players that, hey, gents, we've seen these guys. They're not as strong as they were last season.
They're not as polished
They
as
don't
we
have
think.
a coach that knows how to use their players. Right? Then Kokoteli technical team and say, yo, how do I use Mfukeng to his best? Because Mfukeng knows how to destroy Mamelodi Sundowns.
Mfukeng has to start on Saturday.
How do I use? I would play Evidence Mahopa even, because Mahopa's played Sundowns last season. He's created goals for Mfukeng, and he knows also what it's like to play at that stage. Right? So what he needs to do is go open the page to Jose Rivero and say that, okay, Jose, this is where you lagged when you played Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns beat you here. Let me just avoid this. Can we just sort out our defense? Can we play Dino van Rooyen and bench this Mashulwane guy? Can we play either Olisanda? I hope he's match fit. If he's not match fit, can we play Boldela and Mbogazi, then Hoto on the right, another guy on the left, another guy that we give less credit to. Like, he's a hard worker, and he plays with his heart. You know, sometimes you just need to give a player credit just for their hard work. You know, even though they're not the strongest on the ball, but just for their hard work. Can we play Dion Hoto there? Can we try Talent Mbata and Ndule and see what's going to happen, and then put Nemtajela ahead of them? Let's just see what's going to happen. And then can we attack with Mfukeng and Apolis and put Evidence Mahupade just for the Saturday? Yes, I said Mabasa, just for the Saturday. And let's see what's going to happen to Mamelodi Sundowns, because there's no Lucas Ribeiro there. So we need to take advantage of that.
Exactly.
There's no Kurisa Mudau there. We need to take advantage of that. They're not going to play Peter Shalulile. We need to take advantage of that. Mshishi is a good player, but Mshishi is old. We need to take advantage.
Gets exposed sometimes.
You know what I mean? We need to take advantage of him. If we can just marry Mshishi, right? And then just make sure that in the middle we destroy Tebogo Mokoena, they done. Destroy Tebogo Mokoena, they done. And Tebogo Mokoena, another guy who's not the strongest in releasing.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
Your score prediction for Saturday: Orlando Pirates, Sundowns, Escotini.
I'll give it a 2-1 to Orlando Pirates.
2-1 to Orlando Pirates. Let's talk about a team that is smiling from ear to ear. Abotso will tell you that the economy is up when Amakosi are winning. First game of the season, they beat Stellenbosch. Of course, there was a red card situation. It's fine. We don't have to go into that. Tonight, they're taking on Polokwane City. And if they win, I feel like all of a sudden, they'll think that they can take on Barcelona and Real Madrid, to be honest. Like, just your thoughts on Kaizer Chiefs. Of course, it's only one game that we can judge them on. And their preseason, to be honest, wasn't hot.
Yeah.
But is there something cooking at Kaizer Chiefs?
I think it's safe to say that preseason doesn't really determine the rest of your season. Because during preseason, this is where we're trying out players and we're trying to see what works and what doesn't work, right? Kaizer Chiefs have won the Nedbank Cup. The team is motivated. They have Thabiso Munyane. Like, Thabiso Munyane is solid, bro. He's a solid right back. He's exactly what they needed. He's a creative right back, knows how to take runs, knows how to come back. He's good on the ball. He's good at marking spaces. He's good at defense. You can't fault him. They have Ndlovu, who they took from SuperSport United, who's also played for Orlando Pirates. So he knows what it's like to play at that stage. He knows what it's like to play under pressure, right? They have Mtutuzi Shabalala, who personally, if you ask me, still has a lot of improving. But if he's gonna play around people like Ndlovu, you know, he's gonna learn a lot, and it's gonna give him that free role that he wants. They're playing against Polokwane City, Vandaag, a team that, of course, Orlando Pirates beat. And like Kaizer Chiefs, and Polokwane City is coming to the FNB Stadium.
Yep.
I see a draw for some reason.
A draw, not a win.
I see a draw. No, I don't see a win.
Not a win for Kosi.
No. I see a draw.
Yeah.
They're lacking in attack. They still don't have strikers. They still don't know how to score goals. I don't care how they won against Stellenbosch. I know football. I don't watch football just because I love players. You know what I mean? Some of us don't watch football. That's why I'm telling you that Tito is a hyped man. Mtutuzi Shabalala is a hyped player. He shouldn't be playing for Kaizer Chiefs. But playing with players like Ndlovu, he can improve. I'm not saying he can be the best. He can improve. If I were to coach Kaizer Chiefs, and hell no, I'm not a coach. I hope that doesn't even happen to me. I'd release him. He's one of the few players that I would release. I would play Mfundo Vilakazi more, and I'll tell you why. He's young, he's skillful, and he's hungry. He's hungrier than Mtutuzi Shabalala. He's a player that when we mention Relebogile Mfukeng and we're looking for another exciting player to talk about, Mfundo Vilakazi comes into the conversation. Coach Nabi just doesn't know how to use him. He doesn't know when to use him. He doesn't know where to use him. The boy has proven countless times that, coach, I know how to play. He just needs more game time. How is he then going to prove that I am that guy if you're not giving him game time? Relebogile Mfukeng proved that he's that guy because he was given game time.
Fact.
Mhaunkota's overseas now. He was given game time. He was given a chance. Like, okay, go. Do your thing. Like, play. Be free. Take on players if you want to take on players. Make mistakes if you have to make mistakes. I see a draw simply because Kaizer Chiefs is still building. They are still finding their structure. They are still finding their system. They won against Stellenbosch 3 times last season. When they went to play against Stellenbosch right now, they knew they were going to win. That's why a lot of their supporters were like, it's Stellenbosch we're going to win against. Don't mind how they won. They won anyway. I see a draw because they're still not strong up front. They're still lacking here and there in defense. And their midfield is still a bit exposed, right? And they still don't have a good coach.
Yeah.
So Libona, I think it's gonna be a draw. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, Mara. I think it's gonna be a draw.
My boy, on my side, I think Kaizer Chiefs are actually going to take this one, but it is what it is. I think we'll be back on Friday. What's hot on the streets, building up to the weekend, and we can keep him accountable yet again on his Kaizer Chiefs prediction. My boy, thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's what's hot on the streets. As you know, the conversation continues on social media. Let us know what's wrong there at Orlando Pirates. Are we judging Owadu too soon? Isn't Dooley the player to watch at Orlando Pirates? And Amakosi, hey, is the economy up? Will it continue to go up? Are you winning against Polokwane City tonight? Remember, it's Omni Audio Africa on all our social media platforms. Thank you so much for joining us.
Danko.
Danko.